Hey guys, this is AC Locke here with Disruptor Manufacturing, and man, this is a cool build we've got for you today. This is a PowerStream 2500. This is our 6-foot skid. It is in the basic configuration. So we have a basic, we have a standard, and then we have the enterprise. And when you look at the basic here, if you come around back here, you'll notice the basic, the actual corner posts go all the way to the end, and you don't have a rear shelf. So this is open here. So if you're doing paver sealing or need to carry any 5-gallon buckets of any products with you, any sand, anything like that, you're able to go ahead and still have a little bit of room to go ahead and put stuff in the back of the skid, in the back of your truck. You don't have a shelf in the back blocking you. Now, what is significant about this skid is this little puppy right here. It's got a MoFlo. And guys, we're really impressed with these MoFlos. For the main reason is when you look at an AR45 or you look at a P40, those have to run with a kind of a loop on them so that when you turn off your gun or you release your gun, it goes into that backflow loop. Okay, and so it continues to recirculate the chemicals, so it's not going back to a tank because you've mixed chemicals in it. You can't send it back to a tank. And so when you release that gun, you're only spraying about 60% of the potential of the pump because it's still going through that loop. With the MoFlos, they're so cool because they've come in here and they've put a clutch on the pump. Okay, they have a pressure switch on the pump. They have all of the internals here, electronic internals, to control this. And when you let go of your gun, this doesn't go into a bypass loop. The clutch disengages and it stops spraying chemical. The pump stops spinning and the motor just idles down. That is significant because when you're spraying this, you're getting out of this GX390, you're getting 100% of the flow out of the pump that they have here. So it's huge. Not only that, with a P40 and AR45, you're gonna get about 60 feet of spray. Now we've been doing some parking lot tests with this and we're getting a good 80 feet plus of spray with this. It's got so much power, you do get a little bit of a coating effect, a little bit of atomization. So on windy days, you have to be a little bit careful with overspray, but this thing delivers. You can do a 4, 5-story, 6-story hotel and not rent a lift, not break out a ladder. You could do a tile roof on a house that's a 1-story or 2-story tile roof without even taking a ladder off your truck. It's a very cool piece of equipment. Right next to it, we have a GX 690 8-gallon-a-minute pressure washer because this customer wanted to be able to do flat surface cleaning, concrete, be able to still pressure wash stuff, okay? Because of this huge amount of power that we have on this side of the skid, we needed to make sure that we had ample water and ample bleach on this system. So what's brand new that we just released about a month ago is our new 100-gallon tanks. If you come back here and look at the back, you'll notice we have our 100-gallon domino tanks. Now these domino tanks are exactly 36 inches wide so that when we add on these 21-inch shelves, they don't extend more than 4 inches off the side of your truck so that you don't violate DOT standard. So these are shaped a little differently than the other 100-gallon vertical tanks you've seen out there. They are actual double thick. We mold these with a lot of plastic in them. We put a heavy rib in them all the way around. But then we came in, if you look here, we have our own Disruptor Manufacturing tank straps for these. And you'll see that we've actually boxed these in. They say Disruptor Manufacturing on them. They bolt into a top piece of channel that we cut with our laser cutters, press and form ourselves, that fits right in to the rib on the tank and bolts these tanks down super secure. So on this particular system, we have a 100-gallon water tank and we have a 100-gallon bleach tank. And it's because of these new vertical tanks that we have, it gives us the ability to go ahead and have that open space in the back of the truck. Now let's come around over here to this open space. You're really gonna like some of the things we did over here because we have our own laser cutters, we have our own CNC machines, we have our own laser welders. TIG machines. I mean, we've got quite a shop. You can always come and do a tour of our shop anytime you'd like to. If you come over here, you'll notice that we have the actual gas tank for the 8-gallon-a-minute pressure washer. And you can also hook up a little pump to that if you want to go ahead and pump some gas into the actual MoFlo there. But normally, if you've looked at any of our videos, we have the stem for the gas tank come up through the shelf here. But you can see there's a lot of stuff going on this shelf. And so these pressure washers and the MoFlo are covering where we normally bring up the neck, the fill neck for the gas tank. If you come in right here and look right here, you'll see where we welded on a box to the side of our gas tank, and that's where you fill the gas tank. So you'll notice you didn't lose any room in the back here of this space at all to a gas tank, which is huge because the user, the purchaser of this system, wanted this extra room for carrying some extra stuff in the back of their pickup truck. If you look over here on this side, right in here, you'll see one of our Disruptor Manufacturing Group 24 battery trays. You can put 2 Group 24 batteries side by side in there. And that's a great battery tray. Holds those down. It's all press formed aluminum laser cut right here at Disruptor Manufacturing. Also too, we went ahead and put one of our long 6-foot flat surface cleaner racks up here, which is huge. Go ahead and store the flat surface cleaner up there. Something else you'll notice on all of our machines is this series of holes that come down the side. It is for removing some weight from the aluminum and for making the system sharp looking, but they're usable. If you actually look here, we have these grommets that fit into these, and we're able to come right in here and add these grommets right into the side. They take a second to get in by hand. And you'll notice here what that does is that creates a chafing guard for these holes. And now you're able to put, you know, brushes, brooms, pure water extension poles in there, window trad poles, anything in there, and store those right here on this system, which is great. So you can add as many of those as you want, or if you have an extra long pole, I can put one of these on here and one in the front and put an extra long pole down this direction as well. So storage on this is awesome. You'll notice right here behind the 100-gallon tanks, we have a bank of 3 soap tanks. And I'm going to show you why we have 3 soap tanks. We have water, we have bleach, and we have soap 1, soap 2, and soap 3 there. As well as we added a little mono block over here to the side. You can go ahead and jump in there and show a little video of that. A little mono block right there that we have hooked up to the pressure washer so that the pressure washer can draw bleach, but it can also, through this auxiliary stinger right here, have a 5-gallon bucket of a different soap that maybe he's not carrying, like a paver stripper for stripping the coating off of pavers. He can carry this in here, put this in here, and apply the paver stripper with the pressure washer with this auxiliary stinger. A lot of cool little things added to this system. Now, if you come over here to the hose reel side, you're gonna see just the real money makers we have here. Now, there's 3 hose reels here. One of the big things I want to point out right here is we have our water fill line here on a Stingray Manta electric hose reel. Now, a lot of people don't like to use hose reels to fill their buffer tanks on their systems. Why? Because most hose reels have wimpy 1/2-inch manifolds that have 2 90-degree turns on them, and then they have wimpy swivels that barely have the size of your pinky finger holes in them for the flow to go through those hose reels, and it greatly slows down the amount of water that can get to your buffer tank. But because we're using Stingray Manta hose reels that have 3/4-inch throughput manifolds, that's our own manifold that we make, with Stingray 316 stainless steel swivels that are 3/4-inch, that have very large thumb size holes in those, it allows you to put your fill hose on a reel and fill that buffer tank as fast as the building's water source can put it out. And that's huge. That's huge. Below that, we do have the soft wash reel with the soft washing hose. This is 1/2-inch hose here. And then we have a water boss gun on here. You can look on our YouTube channel. We did another video of the actual MoFlo performing and shooting distance and all that, which was huge. Right next to it, we have the power wash reel. Now we have these reels in line. The MoFlo's on the opposite side of the system over here. The power washer is on the opposite side, so that's how you know which reel you're going to. But also too, we have nameplates on these, which is really cool. So you got water fill, soft wash, and power wash. So we got this beautiful non-marking hose here. We got a nice stainless steel DN10 stainless steel ball valve on there. Now up above it, I'll grab my remote here, is next thing we have stacked, and we've made all these to perfectly stack on top of our hose reels for these types of environments. This is the side of the truck that'll be facing the house or property that they're cleaning. We have our variable upstream technology. And this is basically a monoblock behind here with these valves that are drawing from the different tanks going to the MoFlo that allow you to pull in bleach, soap 1, soap 2, and soap 3. And these are all adjustable. The markings on them are ounces per gallon. The markings on the bleach are percent. So a 5 is a 5% bleach solution, 1 is a 1% bleach solution. We have all of our QR codes on these so that you can go on and get all the information on how to work this, file your warranty, instructions, tips and tricks, all that stuff on the website. Above this normally you can work just by itself, but we decided, or the customer wanted, a remote control. And so this is controlling the MoFlo. So we can start the MoFlo, we can stop the MoFlo, we can turn on the SH, sodium hypochlorite, and we can also turn on soap 1, soap 2, and soap 3, or turn off the bleach, soap 1, soap 2, or soap 3. So if you look up here at the lights, everything's housed inside of here. All of our valves, all of our automation, everything's inside of here. Bleach, oh, got to turn it on here. Okay. Bleach, soap 1, soap 2, and soap 3. And so if I wanted to, I could do different combinations. I could turn around and do bleach and a house wash, okay? I could turn around and add a degreaser to that, okay? Or when I get done, I could turn all 3 of those off, and I could turn around and use a finishing soap with a wax in it for the windows and things like that. So it gives you a lot of possibilities on mixing different chemicals and everything and controlling it right here from this remote. So that's all been added to this skid. Guys, this skid is beautiful. It looks great. It mounts into a truck. One of the special things that we have on here is all of these shelves here are adjustable. I know a lot of people do fixed shelves. When you put them in the back of the trucks, the shelves are sitting levitating over the top of the truck bed. I don't like that. For some people, it makes it harder to get to everything. These adjust up or down based on the truck, so you can sit this shelf right down on the bed rail of the truck. Everything looks great. It's on our 72-inch skid, which is our PowerStream 2500. We also have a PowerStream 1500, which is 5.5 feet, and we have a PowerStream 3500, which is 8 feet. But look at this skid, guys. This thing is beautiful. Getting ready to go out Monday, and we're excited about it. Listen, guys, if you want to have one of these beautiful PowerStreams put together for you, customized, call any of our local distributors around the country, really around the world, because we're in Europe, we're in the UK, we're in the United States. You can pick up one of these. Or if you love building equipment, we sell just the skids, we sell just the hose reels, we sell just the tanks, and you could save a little bit of money building it yourself in your garage. If that's what speaks to you and you love turning wrenches, we got everything you need to build a killer skid in your garage. But this one here is our PowerStream 2500 with a MoFlo. All right, guys, this is AC Lockyer. Hey, listen, go out and be disruptive. Don't settle for less.